Thanks, Inhua. Good afternoon. I know some of you are rather worried that this is going to be a keynote and rather long, because I know this is a danger slot between an exciting but a long morning and lunch. So I just appreciate this opportunity to have a engagement with this group. So this is not going to be a keynote of any sort. So the thing I end up with Jinhua was I'll maybe take 5 minutes to say something about the National AI Strategy 2.0, and then we could maybe have a few minutes after that on questions that I think Jinhua is arranging to have a discussion on. So National AI Strategy 2.0 is Singapore's refresh of our AI strategy. Like most countries, we've reviewed it. It comes with a significant budget and has a big talent piece, a significant piece on compute, but also a piece on AI R&D. And on AI R&D, there are three big pieces. One is fundamental AI, and this is still work in progress, identifying areas which we would focus on within Singapore that we think we can contribute and would also be useful to Singapore's aspirations as one of the players in the AI space. And Daniela, who is on our RIEC, has been really very instrumental in helping us to think through what are the areas that we should be focusing on. Then there is AI to accelerate and boost research, and I'll say a little bit more about this in a minute. And there's AI for application. This is also work in progress. The idea is to identify a few sectors and try to make a consequential advancement of these sectors through the application of AI. And as we've heard from Uni just now, it's the AI is part of it, but a lot of it depends on the ability of the sector to undergo substantial change at very fundamental levels. I myself have been involved in leading two national healthcare transformation thrusts over the last 6 years, so I have a very first-hand experience in trying to do this in a complex system like healthcare delivery. So, but the aspiration there really is to try to use AI to make some substantial impact in chosen sectors. Now coming to AI for Science, which is being led by the National Research Foundation. And our plan is to launch a new funding scheme towards the end of this year, which will have some big programs, grand challenges, and response mode programs, which are more catalytic in nature. I maybe just wanted to say what we hope to achieve with the AI for Science effort. We know that we should let researchers decide what's the best way in which they want to pursue their own research. But we also do know that there are many examples coming out of how AI is changing the way in which the research process is progressing. And it's going to be really critical for researchers as individuals and for research systems like in Singapore to keep well ahead of the curve, or at least keep pace with the curve, because otherwise there's potential that would be left far behind. So what is the goal of the AI for Science research funding scheme? I think we see it as enablement, facilitation, and playing a catalytic role. The catalytic role is really to bring together researchers from different disciplines to think about how AI could be used to reimagine, to accelerate, to boost existing ways of doing research. And I mean, this is a room full of experts, so I don't need to go into any examples. I think you know what I am referring to. It's really important, I think, that we don't just think about interactions between domain experts and AI experts. I think those are very important. But actually between AI experts that are working in domains that are different, because I think there's also substantial opportunities for cross-learning, for transfer learning. Some of us were in MIT last month and saw many examples of very, very exciting transfer learning. The application of AI solutions to a certain class of problems in a sector and taking that same approach to a similar class of problems in a completely different sector. So we think that what this means really is we have to get researchers communities coming together in ways in which we can explore and experiment and to collaborate together to address important research questions. So the catalytic role, I think, is really about encouraging those interactions to occur. Of course, enablement is very critical. Being an ex-university president, if you want anything done, you write it on the back of a check. So we do know that we have to provide funding, but also enablement in terms of data. And we have been working, especially in the health and biosciences space, on the data exchanges that would facilitate the access and analysis of de-identified data across multiple data sets. And this will be an effort that will be much needed in other fields as well. So data enablement and also compute enablement, being able to access sufficient compute and to have the right kind of advice and technical support that will enable researchers who are not as familiar with using HPC to be able to use it efficiently and effectively. So we need to bring all these together, and if you can think of the research grants themselves, I mean, they are the platforms, they are the enablers that will crystallize all these things, but fundamentally what we do want is to be able to help our research community here in Singapore, working with our many partners overseas, to take the opportunity, to seize the opportunity of applying AI in ways that would dramatically change the process and speed of discovery. And final thing I want to say is a shout out to particularly younger researchers. We think, of course, that there are many established researchers who are already leading this across many fields, and clearly we would value the way they illuminate how we can be done going forward. But I think this is also a particularly exciting opportunity and time for younger researchers, which I will leave discreetly undefined what younger means, but younger researchers or young at heart researchers to be able to embrace this and integrate it as part of the normal way of doing things. So with that, I think I'll stop here and maybe we can move on to the Q&A.